This ain't my business, but I just know about it.
Yeah. We back.
Always like your attitude. How this story end? Oh, that's how
You
this story end.
story.
I'ma come pull up on you. Just give me your attitude. I already know your longitude. Plus you got a bad attitude. I'm the type of nigga
That's the
that
only
gon'
time
cheat
I
when
see
I get
Pac-Man
mad at
ball his
you.
head when that song come on.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
She say 10, you dirty bitch. How could you go for my friend? She had called me handsome, bought me food, and then I be
It's them people again. It's them boys again.
She welcome me back open
Yeah.
arms. That's how that story is. Niggas talking about pushing peas, I push a pound of push money. My Spanish bitch get hit with dick.
Gotta be P to push P, baby.
My new bitch got the best
Man, free
location.
Tank.
Crib by a certain cat.
That boy be out on 2 more days.
2 more days, 10 he was coming back.
Was a Pisces, she was like me in the worst of ways. Honestly, I'm blaming her for how I
Yeah, again.
hit him. Then this missile ain't got time to stick around and play my sneaky link. My favorite dish, she play her role and stay up late. Hoes inside my phone, let's see what I wanna see today. My college bitch, she with the shit, but right now she enjoy the stay. My bougie bitch can't take no dick, but when we out, she on the stage. My newest bitch, my coolest
That's his little move there.
I'ma come pull up on you. Just give me your attitude.
I ain't know your latitude.
Plus you got a bad attitude. I'm the type of nigga that gon' cheat when I get mad at you. You looking stupid. All these hoes, they gon' laugh at you.
Yeah. Hey, man, why don't we say what you got, man? This your boy, man, F-Chef Ugly, man, the myth, the legend, the voice of this here great ratchet city.
And this your boy Nesto the Don, the one and only, the nigga that be out
Yeah.
here in Motion City doing his thing.
I feel you.
Yes, sir. It's your boy, Pac-Man, the Hood's voice box. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah,
You know,
man.
real advocate here in this Motion City.
Already.
And, you know, today, you know, we got a special guest, you know what I'm saying? Somebody who grown to become a real good friend of mine. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Oh, I'm Tee-Winn.
Well, Tee-Winn, what's up, man? I want to welcome you here, man, to this here, man, platform, man. That ain't my business.
Now, hold on.
But
hold
let's
on,
talk
hold on,
about
hold
it.
on. We ain't finna let them be that modest. You Tee-Winn. Who is Tee-Winn?
Hold on, there's a couple Tee-Wins now.
I'm the Tee-Winn that has a lot of care and concern about the black community. I'm the Tee-Winn that has a lot of care and concern about the human race.
Word.
So I'm the Tee-Winn that advocates for our people.
All right, so people did. I was doing just looking up a little history on you and things, and you know I seen to where you know I seen you speaking at the United Nations, you know, before that, just get like a little backdrop on you. I know you went to jail when you was like 16, and you did like what 30 years or something like that.
30 years, 7 months.
Okay, 30 years, 7 months. So can you kind of give us a backdrop on like how did that situation come about, and then kind of lead it up to like how did that end up with you speaking like at the United Nations and things like that?
Well, being a 16-year-old kid coming from the Cooper Road when gangs was real bad in Shreveport, I kind of got lost into the streets, even though I was going to school. So I was like, I had a name in the streets. And a situation happened on Christmas night that left one guy dead who didn't have anything to do with the situation. And another guy, he lived, but he was shot also. So that situation got me tried as an adult because I was a kid. So they took me out the juvenile system, placed me into an adult system. I received life in 25, and I went to Angola. Well, 30 years of my life was lost. So the transformation of me going to prison, I was like, when I went to prison, I was set in school. So I was a smart kid. So my first 6 months in prison, I received my GED, the quickest in the history of prison. DOC in Louisiana for sure. So I received my GED, and I went on to be a tutor. So that they had me teaching other people how to read, write, do math, and everything. So at that point, prison was real rough. When I went, it was still the rape culture. Shreveport, we had very few people in Angola at that time. So I had to be a man because you was gonna get tested at that point going into prison. It was no doubt. I was a 17-year-old kid. So, you're gonna get tested. So I handled my test. I proved to be a man. And so looking at the barbarianism that was going on within the prison system, I made a vow to myself that I would never become like the people that was around me. And so the only thing I could do was to educate myself. So I started getting real in depth on being a black person, understanding why we make the bad decisions that we make, why we hate one another the way we hate one another, why we use the N-word to degrade one another without knowing that we degrade one another. And it was just a lot of psychology that I had to learn just through reading and learning the real history of us before America, the history of us in Africa, the history of us teaching mankind civilization by studying the animals. Just that whole in-depth learnings just made me proud to be a black person. And so having that pride, it just made me continue to strive to be a better person within the prison system. Now, being a better person in the prison system was just me understanding who I am and treating other black people the way that they were supposed to be treated. I constantly got in trouble because that also came with having a rebellious spirit. Because to have a slave mentality is to kind of like give into the system. So I fought that, and I didn't want to give into the system. So I was a person that kept a disciplinary report. But going into the cells just make you read because you don't never have to worry about going to work. So you just reading and you writing and you just bettering your skills of being just a smart person, a person of intelligence. But it also makes you be an abnormal person because being in a cell, being locked in solitary confinement, man, it makes you don't want to be around people. It makes you just always know to go within yourself. And it makes you really be able to handle situations like out here in the world. Because most things that have happened out here, I can laugh it off because I went through the worst situations in prison. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't get any worse than that. It's like just hearing bad words. It doesn't get any worse than a judge telling you, man, you got life plus 25 years. So when you die, if they bring you back to life, if you happen to be miraculous and just come resurrect, you still got to be in prison. So, those are the harshest words you can hear outside of hearing someone come to tell you your mom dead, man. Then your dad dead, man, And I had to go through all that. I had to endure all that while I was incarcerated. And I'm saying my daughters constantly grow up. Then now I'm having grandkids. All this is happening while I'm in prison. So it makes you just strive to want to be better because you don't want that curse to follow your grandkids so that they can come and follow in your footsteps because you got girls and they passed it. So, now it can trickle down into your grandkids. So you got to give lessons. And you got to give lessons that's going to be real valuable so that they could just take it and say, man, granddaddy taught me this. I'm not going to follow in his footsteps because he don't want me to follow in his footsteps. And even here, it's a rally cry for your kids to come to prison. It's a rally cry for us to keep them and hold them and teach them the right ways and to just love on them enough to let them know, man, that one false move, one bad mistake, man, you can lose it. You can either lose it for forever to the grave or to prison.
So when you got out of jail, I'm gonna end up going back to the jail too though. But when you got out of jail, how did that transitioning to you end up in front of the United Nations? Like, what was that? What was all that about? What, you know?
It was a combination of me just coming home from prison and not forgetting the brothers that's in prison. You know, we hear this philosophy that I think Mandela started it. Martin Luther King, one of the Marcus Garvey, one of the greats, started this. We're not free until we all free. And so to adapt that mentality, I came home and just didn't forget the brothers that's in prison. So I just started doing stuff to try to help people get free as much as I possibly could. And that led to me going to speak before the United Nations because people just took notice of it. And we released a documentary. And Southern Poverty Law Clinic got a hold of it. And it just went through to other people. And they just like, we would like for him to come to the United Nations to speak on behalf of solitary confinement in different prison conditions.
Can you say the name of the documentary in case somebody want to look it up?
Ending Plantation Prison.
In them Plantation Prison.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so what was like some of the hardest things you seen in prison, or some of the wildest things you seen?
The hardest things I saw in prison was, I saw a lot of hard things. I done seen guys get killed in prison by security. What's the next question you asked?
Some of the wildest.
Some of the wildest.
You seen Sissy Boo them? You seen Sissy Boo them? You said that wild shit. That Sissy Boo them.
You got a lot of wild stuff happening. I mean, when I went to prison, they was raping.
Ask him about your uncle.
You know.
Hey, yeah, man. I know you probably ran across my uncle. You heard me? He got 2 life sentences plus 50 or some shit. I think Eric McCall.
Yeah.
Yeah, twin.
Twin. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Hey, man, free my uncle. You heard me?
I think Twin at Hunts now.
Yeah, you got to move him around.
Hunts. Yeah, Hunts now.
He gonna fuck something.
I about to say he done terrorizing them.
Twin been in the cells for forever, man.
Yeah, twin, he fucked up.
Yeah, he
I'm
been
fucked
in
up.
the cells.
What you mean he
Yeah.
gonna fuck something? You talking about like a prison?
Man, Uncle don't give a fuck what it is. He fucking. He was doing that before he left Cato.
Yeah.
Hell nah.
Yeah, Uncle fucking. I don't know where you been at. Shit, Uncle gonna get him. He gonna get a punk, and a pack of humps.
That ain't my business.
But we gonna talk about it.
That ain't my business.
I just know about it.
That's fucking insane.
The other day, me and my homeboy, we was sitting right here, and me and my cousin actually, me and my cousin Big Nose, we were watching some Locked Up or some shit, but they was doing a thing on Angola, and with Angola being like one of the worst prisons in the country, do you think it actually do they actually reform people? Do it actually correct people? Or it institutionalized them?
Or do it do both?
Or do it do both?
It could do both. It's when you step into Angola, it's an individual thing.
Well, I take that back. Let me rephrase that. Because my mama, her husband, he was 18 years old when he went to Angola. Well, my mama's first husband, but going in as a child, because you a child, even if you go in there, if you 18, you still a damn child. Going on Camp J, but going in as a child, like do you think it institutionalizes you, or do you think it reforms you?
Again, you know, it's like it's on the individual, because you got some kids that go in there and they feel like they don't have anything to lose. So when you got that mentality, it institutionalizes. But when you got a kid that's going in there and say, man, I'm getting out of here, it's going to make him better, because he's going to put himself in positions to just constantly educate himself, to constantly put himself in a position to show people that he deserves a second chance at freedom. But those with the institutional mentality, you're going to see them always fighting, always stabbing somebody, always getting into it with security, and they're going to always stay in a cell. So it's going to be you're gonna see the difference.
Yeah.
So how did you manage to get out? As they gave you life plus 25, how did you manage to get out?
In 2012, they had a law, Miller versus Alabama, and that law stated that you couldn't automatically give a kid a life sentence without checking the mitigating factors, and that law didn't become retroactive until 2016 up under Montgomery versus Louisiana. So when Montgomery passed, they went to legislative sessions and they made it to where a juvenile could do 25 years and go up on the parole board, and he'll be eligible to. He's eligible for parole.
Yeah.
And then he could, if you make the parole board, you could come home. So that's how it happened. That's what happened. The law changed.
So you was just in like the law library and doing like case study or something?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of young black men don't know that you go in front of that courtroom, you go in that courtroom, you commit these crimes, and you get in there. They don't know, man. Them people don't give a damn. Ignorance of the law is no excuse at all. But that comes from the education, because they stopped teaching us living law. When I got in high school, living law was over with, and niggas don't know the law. You feel me? And it's sad that we have to go sit down for 20 and 30 years to get the law, because it ain't taught to us.
So they used to teach that in high school?
When I got the Booker T my freshman year, I took civics and living law. And by the time I got in the 12th grade, well, I was gone away from Booker T then, but by the time I got in the 12th grade, my 12th grade year was when they took living law out of school. And that shit's crazy as hell. You know what I'm saying?
So, what would you say was like the biggest difference between when you first got to prison and when you got out of, when it was close for you to get out of prison?
The biggest difference was hope. When I went in, there was no hope. When I came out, there was a lot of hope. And so when the hopelessness was there, you saw all these barbarian acts going on. But at the end, that was dead. That was a real thing of the past.
For you or for like a multitude of people?
Yeah, for the whole prison. It was like people started, like when I went, man, the one dude went home. You probably had one dude going home once every 3 to 4 years, and the whole prison knew about it. But when toward the end, man, they was letting people go home. Like that November the 1st, 2018 came across. Man, they had like 200 dudes left from prison.
Yeah.
Angola. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
So people had hope, because it went to becoming a thing where people were seeing people go home every single day in Angola, as opposed to you ain't seeing people go home but once periodically. Most people was just dying. They had no release mechanism, but then that release mechanism came, and so you start seeing people having that hope. You start seeing people stepping in a different way. You start seeing smiles where you saw frowns.
Yeah.
And so that was the biggest.
And the fucking stop.
The what?
No, they had women, so they was.
Oh, they was still fucking.
Pregnancies started happening.
How many motherfuckers you knocked out? Fuck that. Now let's get to it, because in between all that, him going at 16 and becoming a man, you ever stabbed a couple niggas? How many niggas you out now? Ain't nothing can be done about it. They can't try you double jeopardy, no shit like that. So you good. You had a shank.
Say Pac-Man, and he won't call you the people.
Exactly.
I'm saying you had a shank or something. How many fights you had? 30 years? 30 years?
I had a few, but when I first went in, you had to establish yourself, because it was so hard. I had all of my fights really toward the front end, because during the back end, when you establish yourself, you don't really have to do all that stuff. You establish, everybody know he gonna fight.
So you ain't have no shank the whole 30.
No, I mean, yeah. Early on, you had to have one.
Yeah,
It was like the stories that they'll tell you. Man, when you go in the shower, watch my back. That type of stuff, man. I'm finna go to sleep. Man, make sure don't nobody get me while I'm asleep, because they was really getting you while you was asleep. But that was early on. But like later on, you didn't establish that. People be tripping. People gonna be like, yeah, man, Pac-Man the truth, man. He gonna handle his business. And so, you have to do it.
You fucking them hoes. I know they had some bad bitches. White hoe, black hoe.
Yeah, black women, white women.
Shit. Well, you been gone that long though. All them hoes look good. I was gone 10 months and there was some ugly bitches that was teaching re-entry. Looked good as fuck to me.
Yeah, you can play tricks with your mind.
I'm like, damn, that pussy look fake. For real, you think I'm lying, boy? Shit. You getting into relationships with women on the TV and shit?
Look, I know that. Nah, I know that's true.
Say what? Dominique Bean, they used to love her.
Yeah.
When they gonna hire a young bitch on the news, man, they go crazy.
That boy freaked out.
Like what?
You know, I had a homeboy. He was a offender when it come to that old jacking off and things.
Shit, Monk out the bottom.
Yeah.
Monk, I come through there, man. Monk got put on. Monk said, I'm going BMU. I can sleep all day, jack off all day. BMU action.
Yeah, it's insane.
I know there's tuition when you go in young. He was 16 when he went in.
So what does it do for a person mentally though to see like people, you know, die in front of you in jail? Like
it's like, ooh. It's
Afghanistan?
Like, yeah, it makes you, it be real eye-opening, man, because you be saying, man, I don't want to do that, man. I don't want to die here. So it makes you kind of like change whatever you're doing to make you focus more on, I got to get out. I got to do something. I got to get, man, file a writ for me. Or I got to go and file a writ on my own. It makes you just change because, man, you don't want that to happen to you.
And a lot of people don't understand until they get in that position. They say, well, just stay out of trouble. When you up in a dome with, I'll say 100 to 150 people, you're bunched in, you can't control your environment. When you in the world, you can just move around. You can't move around, niggas sleeping on top of you. Niggas sleeping next to you. Ain't nothing you can do about it. Like trouble especially is easy to find you inside the system.
I know you met some fucked up creatures though. All them niggas don't need to be the fuck getting out. Cause there's some serial killers down there. It's some niggas that were taking pussy, taking little boy booties, little girls, all that shit.
You mean to say they don't need to get out unless they your people?
No,
if your people
they
do
need
that,
to die.
If your people doing that,
you said your uncle
exactly.
is down there taking booty.
And you said free him.
And you said free him.
I'm talking about on the street.
They can take it in jail.
Yeah, because that's part of their nature. You feel me? So I heard. What I'm saying is, I like. Do you think some of those worst ones? Cause see me, it's a difference between murdering somebody and killing somebody.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a big difference, and people don't know. When you go in the courthouse, sometimes you got to listen and pay attention to the words. Sometimes they get up there and say you killed that person or you murdered that person, and there's a big difference. So, like, do you think a person can be reformed after he's murdered or got more than one murder? Like, say for instance, a serial killer. You think a serial killer can be reformed?
He getting pleasure out of killing.
After he getting pleasure out of killing. Like,
no.
I don't think this crazy motherfucker be reformed like a serial killer.
I actually think they can.
You think like a serial killer though? Like I killed this nigga here. We was on some old street shit. Boom, I ain't tripping on that there. I'm talking about this motherfucker been around here up under people's houses, chopping limbs up and shit. Like,
well, I met
a bunch of them.
Just serial killers. When you just when you fit that mold,
like a King Von.
That's like a habit now. That's like that's like a drug to you now. Like
I met the King Von type dude.
That's a different type of serial killer.
It's a different type.
Yeah. Because
I done seen some of them get reformed because I got a partner now.
I know a couple of them. I hang with them.
But 18 life sentences.
the only thing that make them similar to a serial killer is the textbook word serial killer though. If you're looking from the textbook sense, but other than that, they not the same.
I disagree.
Nah, because a serial killer killing people for no reason.
That's not true. It's
most
a
serial
reason.
killers killing people.
Nah,
I'm saying the person
reason.
ain't did nothing to them.
Most of the people.
Most serial killers kill people they don't know.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
We talking about real serial killers.
Nah, I disagree with that. Most serial killers, they kill people for specific reasons. Now, you may not agree with their reasons, but it's a reason to it.
But
now,
the reason they get away for so long, because it be people they don't really have no relationship to.
But hold on, like, when I compare that to like a Tee-Winn, like, most of them people ain't necessarily did nothing to him neither.
They did something to somebody else.
Yeah, not even though. Like
was
some of them
affiliated.
people ain't exactly
Affiliated,
like,
you did something then.
No,
Your gang then killed my family. The people from your hood then killed people from my hood.
So this
Yeah.
Your people then killed my little sister or something.
But what I'm saying is this. Like when it comes to when a person that get pleasure out of killing, like all they need is a reason though. You see what I'm saying? But I want to kind of get back to that though. Like why do you feel like that type of person can be reformed though? Can.
Well, those that has like your Jeffrey Dahmer type people.
Yeah. See, he knows the difference.
I don't think that it's a mental thing with that.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they could just be totally reformed because it's triggers to what they saying. Like you saying, they got them reasons. Those
Put on the right pressure or something.
Yeah,
like
those
they
triggers.
might give in to it and kill.
Yeah, that bloodlust, that fantasy that they have going in their head, or that sickness that they have. They sometimes they'll just have to feed it. So I think that I don't think that those people could be truly reformed. But now those street guys that just doing what they doing, I done saw them be reformed. And I don't want to just say with totality that they can't be reformed because sometimes people have those walking to Damascus moments where they see the light.
I'm gonna say it like this: if somebody actually took what serial killer, what is 3 people make you a serial killer?
Yeah, I believe it's 3 or more.
If somebody actually killed like that many people, do they actually deserve a second chance? Or if you done killed over 10, 15, like a real serial killer, do they really deserve a second chance?
I mean, I'm gonna ask y'all this, and I'm gonna answer the question. What's your religious belief?
See, I'm not religious.
You're not religious?
Nah, but if we gonna talk about religion,
No, I ain't gonna speak about
oh
religion.
yeah, because you got the Old Testament, then you got the New Testament. You know them 2 different testaments.
So I mean, even with the 2. So the Old Testament,
They was fucking chopping
Nah,
babies
it
up.
was eye for eye.
it was
Eye for eye.
Yeah, I'm saying
But
they
the
were chopping
New
babies up. Fucking.
Forgive.
but the New Testament is forgiveness. So if we living up under those rules, that means you got to be able to forgive somebody. But you can forgive people without freeing people. Case in point, the guy Montgomery case made it possible for people like me to be free.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
So the family of Montgomery's victim said, "Man, we forgive you, but we don't never want to see you walk free." So
Oh, okay, yeah.
within itself, that seems like a contradiction. But they're saying like, "Hey, man, we forgive you as long as you can live the rest of your days in prison, but you shouldn't walk free." So it's like you can forgive people. I don't know.
So, cause look, I got a lot of relationships in the city. So like, I deal with a lot of different type of people with a lot of different mindsets, right? And like me personally, when I look at jail as this.
Money.
Is it making no? I'm saying from like
From
my
your
perspective.
point of view,
yeah.
okay.
Is it making the person? Is it making? Are they suitable for society, or can they be a benefit to society? I feel like it whatever point that person can be a benefit to society, and they're not a menace to society or gonna be a negative aspect on society. I feel like they should be free, right? Because for one, it's such a tax burden on the people. We can use that money to make society better. Everything is in the context of making
So
society better.
you think a serial rapist can be reformed?
I don't.
Hell no.
I doubt it. I doubt it.
But hold on. If
Yeah.
a serial killer can be reformed, then a serial rapist
What about a
can be reformed.
pedophile?
I didn't.
Hey, we ain't got nothing to do about fucking no
I'm saying
babies. String them up.
that's the
No.
worst you can like. That's
No,
the
what-
farthest you can like. You can't come back from that. So if you can forgive a serial killer, but you can't forgive a
Well,
serial
to
pedophile.
me, it's
rapist.
not about forgiveness though. That's what
Well,
I'm saying.
redemption.
It's about, like I say, it's about this. It's about, can they, and it's this simple, can they be a benefit to society? Like for you, for example, since you came home, you know, you may have did what you did. People may feel the way they feel about whatever. But since you came home, all I've seen is you be a benefit to society. So I feel like, but that was a good choice.
I'm gonna give you,
see what I'm saying?
a logical example. I'm gonna use P. Diddy and Bill Cosby, for example. Bill Cosby, he was a benefit to society. Because of him, a lot of black kids went to college and wanted to go to college and wanted to be a certain clean cut way. But at the same time, he was putting pills and bitches drinking shit. He was hurting. But well, I ain't mad because it wasn't black women, so I ain't even mad.
Look,
You asked me, that's reparations.
Yeah,
you gotta
reparations.
hear what I'm saying though, because I don't think you're really hearing what I'm saying.
How was you saying? The same thing with P. Diddy. He
No,
changed a lot of
it's-
people's lives, but he was doing that freaking shit too,
it's
destroying
totally
people's
different.
lives.
You're not hearing me yet.
I'm saying there was people that was
Hear me.
benefiting
Hear me
society
first.
while they was actually fucking up society at the same time.
Hey, look.
So you gotta hear me
Like it
though.
could be a person that can cure cancer, but he raping people. He benefits society too, though.
You're not hearing me.
But he
You
busting
gotta hear
bitches
me.
up
You
against
gotta
their
hear me.
will.
This is what I'm saying.
All right.
I said a person can't be a menace or a negative aspect to society. So what I'm saying is, if you doing good, but you committing crimes, you still committing crimes. You go to jail
Yeah.
because you committing crimes. I'm saying once that person is in jail, me personally, and people have I just got cussed out by some people I just consider family over this aspect. Like, because this is the way I look at the shit. Like, if a person is no longer a detriment to the greater good of people, then I don't feel like we should have them in jail, because this is the thing with America versus like Scandinavian countries. Here in America, we use jail as punishment, and that doesn't make society better in the long run. Now, if you use it for rehabilitation, then you'll have more nuclear families. You'll have people out being able to provide for their family. You know what I'm saying? You have more people able to benefit society. But as long as you focusing on punishment, long as, like you said, do they deserve? Because deserve is gonna be different for every person.
You know what I
You
think?
see what I'm
What our
saying?
prison system do? It teaches us to be better criminals. To make us not want to go. Now this time we gonna do the crime better, so we don't go back.
Yeah, but even more than that, like the people in our community that don't commit crime, right? They've tend to got to like the KKK mentality, like when the people walk out your house with torches and shit like that, like they want to see a lynching, like they won't get back. Yeah. They want the same shit that they claim to be against. So say I killed the person because I feel like they did something to me, right? People, the people that's supposed to be our good people in our community, deep down, they want to see the same thing. The reason why I did what I did to a person, I just didn't get the police involved. They really want to see that same thing happen to me, but they want the police to do it. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like we need to reform our entire prison system in the way we look at it. The way we look at police and the way we look at the prison because it is an industry, but the prison system, I'm gonna say system.
Now we're gonna call a spade a spade. That's a goddamn industry. Look,
yeah, it is an industry. I said it's an industry.
Yeah, into all my
we need
constituents.
to reimagine that though.
Yeah, listen. See, with me and my
Killing
constituents.
that constituency.
Look, say look. Say look.
My constituents.
Yeah, like I said, I can't say what I want to say because you know what I'm saying.
What's up with you and your constituents? Tell me about them.
So see murder. Did you get to spending the time around man Corey Miller? Well, I ain't gonna call him C Murder. I mean Corey Miller.
I spent a lot of time around him. We was we'll say we friends. We on some genuine stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. And did him being who he was, did it affect like the way he was treated? You know what I'm saying?
Of course. Yo.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that Corey Miller, man.
You're a celebrity.
Yeah. So was there more celebrity than him? You was down there with?
Matt.
Well, Mac was in Hunts.
Oh, he was in Hunt.
Boosie was down there. They had a news reporter from New Orleans. He was an older white dude. He wasn't on A level, but they knew who he was.
Okay.
You can give us a C Murder or Boosie story or something? Yeah.
I could give you both. Well, because Boosie was at Camp J. Bass because of his status. And Camp J. Bass is like, it ain't really in population, but it's population.
Yeah.
And, because you deal with the dudes at Camp J. You feed them. We done been in the business shit a couple of times. Boosie's like he is. He's a playful dude.
Yeah.
So he ain't the type that's always on some serious stuff. And I'm going to tell you this, Boosie is a real frugal dude. He ain't finna spend no money like talking about it.
Yeah.
If you're going to give him something free, he want it free.
Yeah.
In the same way with Soulja Slim, rest in peace. Soulja Slim was a real frugal dude. I don't care how much money he got, Soulja Slim be like, man, give me a bugler. He ain't finna try to spend his money on nothing.
Yeah.
But see, murder different. Murder be like, man, murder spend his money and he gonna try to treat everybody around him with kindness and just be good to his people, Me and Murder just used to be partners. We done been in the cells, next to each other in the cells. We done just been in the dorms. We'll just be around each other, just running it. He'll just be running EPs and stuff. So we was like, we was around each other as opposed to just me and Boosie.
So was you a tear rep? You know what I'm saying? Did you put your bag, as soon as you stomp in that bitch, you drop your bag?
No,
you tear repping. You
ain't doing that shit.
You ain't tear repping?
See, because when I came to prison, you got to realize it was a different time.
No.
So it was like, when I came to prison, all the older dudes or whatever, they're going to be lining up. And they're going to be looking to see who coming in. And you got to be on game. So they got a dude named Seti here. Seti he was in the parish with me, and Seti hadn't been in Angola. So Seti was just teaching me stuff. So Seti be like, he was just teaching me stuff. So certain things I could go into prison and be looking for. So
what's some of the things you gotta look out for when you first get into prison?
At that time,
Sissy Boo now?
No, you ain't never got to worry about no punk.
Wow.
A punk is up under another man's administration.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't gonna do nothing until his old man say do something.
Yeah.
But you have to watch out for the men. So this is something you have to watch out for. Let's just say, at that time, you go in prison and you put your stuff down because you come in there with a little bag or something. You put it down. And the dude comes and say, man, I got you. I'm going to show you where your bed at. He pick your stuff up and say, I'm going to show you where your bed at. At that point, you better attack him. Because he already told everybody, I got him. Watch me. And those are the moves he's going to put down. He's going to go grab your stuff, pick it up, and I'm finna show you where your bed at. So everybody that's off into that, they
watching to see what you finna do.
Yeah. And if you don't do nothing, they say, he got it. He got it. He's gonna get some play tonight. So he's gonna give you some play. You know what I'm saying? On you. He gonna give you some play. So, the average dude like, man, don't touch mine, man. Get on. I don't need no friends. Get on from around me. And then they know you got some growl. Or you just punch him.
Lock in the sock.
That's at nighttime.
Yeah, lock in the sock. Yeah, see, they don't know about lock in the sock.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? See, me, I'm going to school them on their ignorant stuff. See, they going to be all politically correct. See, me, we going to talk about the lock in the sock. You ever had to put the lock in the sock on a nigga?
Oh, because, see, when I first went, I was 17.
Yeah.
At that time, my name was Big Youngster. So I was a big old young dude. And I was hitting hard. So
Yeah.
my lick finna get you. I'm finna knock you out.
Yeah.
And so at that point, I know I had a point to prove. So people go and say, man, I ain't got no point to prove. When you went in prison, you had a point to prove. You wanted to be a man, you had that point to prove. You want to be a punk, you had that point to prove. You had to prove who you was to somebody because it was no free rides. As opposed to now, you come to prison, dudes ain't much paying you no attention. But then dudes was paying you attention. They scrutinize you from night to day. And they try to look for openings on you. So you had to show no weakness and you had to do what you had to do to survive in that prison system because it was nothing but barbarianism, man. It was just real ignorant stuff going on at that point. So, you just had to do what you had to do to survive and just keep your mind out that madness because it was some madness and your mind could have easily got entrapped into it and you could have became that same monster.
So do you feel like today prison, the environment inside the jails now, is it like, could somebody fly under the radar or is that still not a thing? Like, do you still gotta really have your guards up, like, no matter what? Like, is it still as, you gotta be vigilant?
Have y'all seen these niggas? Hey, have you seen the videos from the niggas in the jail having fun with dogs and guns and money and shit? These niggas is having fun in there.
They got Popeyes.
All type of shit, man.
It's totally different now. You don't have to have your guards up and nothing. It's like now, dudes get off the bus playing. It's like
Yeah, you ain't lying, yeah.
they just gonna be playing. They got their partner gonna come, call them the B word. Back then, you couldn't call no man no B.
We was just talking about that the other day.
You know what I'm saying? You couldn't call no man. You couldn't play with a manhood in prison.
You know what that change came in at? Back then, a lot of people, I would say it was more fathers in the home. Now, most men raised by their mamas, and that's how their mamas talk. You know what I'm saying? They picked it up. And that's how my mama talks. So I call my homeboys bitches, hoes, pussies, all type of shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that B word was real loose in my household.
Yeah.
Like for real.
Yeah, one of mine. This was it was different. That was, I told him, like, even today, I don't say it. Like, I don't be like, what's up, bitch? Like, if the closest I get to it, I might cut the C and H. What's up, bitch? Like, but that bitch, like, they just they taught me, like,
He called me a pussy the other day.
But but like in Louisiana though, like what I've noticed, like from being around people from out of town and shit, in Louisiana, like people from out of town say like people from Louisiana love that bitch word. I think that's just something that's just a word that's in our lingo.
Yeah, cause we use it as a noun.
What's that, bitch? You know what I'm saying?
That bitch there.
That bitch there fight. You know what I'm saying? Hey, but look at that bitch. You know what I'm saying?
That bitch pressure.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? We could be talking about anything. You know what I'm saying? When we say the B word, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, but do you think that we should bring back the scared straight shit, man, for the younger generation? Because I don't think they really know.
I don't think that shit worked neither.
It did work.
I went through scared straight.
I went. Look,
that shit.
You know how many
scary.
times I've been to Angola?
Yeah.
I think it'll be more effective if you was to take them to a funeral in Angola
Okay.
to show that, man, you can die here.
And don't nobody give a fuck.
Yeah, because it ain't the toughness no more. It's just about the long standing times you gotta do. Mm-hmm. He in there. How much time you in there, man? I've been here 53 years. What? I think things like that, or you just go there and you go on a ward and you see dudes that can't do anything for themselves. And
Yeah.
and they be like, I think that'll really won't scare them straight, but I think it'll hit their consciousness more. Because it ain't nothing, they ain't scared no more.
That ain't scared of
These
shit.
kids ain't scared of anything. They ain't scared to die. They ain't scared to kill.
Exactly, and that's the thing about like scared straight. Like the motherfucker got to be scared. Like, and these motherfuckers ain't scared. They not scared.
Cause think about it. All them people we went through them programs. A lot of our constituents.
What he said back then, it wasn't that many people from Shreveport back then. Them little kids go now, they gonna see their whole hood in that bitch.
But like,
What's up?
Shit.
Boy, where your mom at?
Yeah.
What's up? It's a reunion.
yeah.
See, it's like, all right. When I went to prison, dudes had went to LTI.
Yeah.
So they were saying Scotland, which is in Baton Rouge. That's a part of LTI. So a lot of guys, they was going to Angola. So they was reuniting with the people that had been to Scotland with them. See, me, I just went to the Radical House. So it ain't nobody in there from the Radical House. I'm the only one.
Yeah.
And then I'm from Shreveport, so I'm another minority. Because it wasn't, at that point, people from Shreveport wasn't getting through away in the system.
So let me ask you this: did they do that like North versus South thing down there?
Well, yeah, they just had a murder last week behind North versus South. The murder that just happened, and you know I ain't supposed to say a lot, but no, those are variables that ain't gonna go away, and so it's like the little brothers that's out there killing one another and don't want to be around one another because you from this here or you from that. When you go to Angola, man, that's who gonna have your back.
Yeah.
Because as much as the dudes from New Orleans got the same mentality while they on the street, I'm from the Third Ward, I'm from the 17, I'm from this here, or they from different gangs also, and they beefing. But when they come to prison, let them get into it with you.
All of them coming out.
So
They
can
coming.
you kind of speak more to that dynamic in jail as far as North versus South? Like
All right, North versus South is the mentality in prison is like this. A lot of dudes from New Orleans be on some.
Read.
I tell you, we run this because there's more dudes from New Orleans than any other city in the jail, and then the dudes from Baton Rouge be on some. See, it's like Shreveport is outcasts, and they like we ain't really a part of really a part of Louisiana, even though they know we are. But it's like, man, y'all so far up there, boom. So it's like New Orleans be like they gonna click up. Baton Rouge definitely gonna click up. See, New Orleans is so loose. Sometimes they wouldn't even much click up. But you ain't finna never not see Baton Rouge click up. Baton Rouge ass gonna ride on you. So if you get into it with a dude from Baton Rouge, know that his homeboy's coming. Now some dudes from New Orleans know that their homeboy's coming. So dudes from Shreveport, certain people know that their homeboy's coming. You know what I'm saying? Or see, Shreveport will ride like this. Shreveport, Monroe,
Yeah.
all the way to Alexandria. So that's the 318. Alexandria is the middle of the state, and everything coming up north, they'll ride together. In New Orleans, occasionally they'll ride with Baton Rouge if they get into it. But most times they don't have to ride with you because there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah, it's so many of them. But now Shreveport got a lot. It's a lot of dudes from Shreveport down in there.
Yeah, man, damn near the whole Lakeside Island down the bottom down there.
You
Cedar Grove, Cooper Road.
ain't see they was mad at Rob 49 because he was saying the Baton Rouge niggas and New Orleans niggas different. He say Baton Rouge niggas they quick to crash.
Yeah.
I
mean,
ain't
ain't
see that
they?
video.
And they mad at him
know
about it.
DJ,
But is he
the
lying?
DJ dude.
How you? He just said there's more niggas from New Orleans than other anything. So how they quick to? It seems like they getting away with it after they crash because there's more y'all locked up than them.
Yeah, see, they'll see it differently.
Yeah.
See, like they say in history, the one that win the war writes history.
Yeah.
So it'd be like, it could be a dude from New Orleans, and he could be a rat. But dudes from New Orleans ain't gonna talk about that. because that's their own boy. But to let you be a rat, you from here is going around the prison. That rat. Dudes from Baton Rouge to do the same thing. So it makes dudes from Shreveport have to do the same thing too. As opposed to dudes from Shreveport used to be like, man, I ain't messing with that old rat ass dude. I don't give a damn if you're from around my house. I ain't messing with it. But then now, how they'll do it makes you do the same thing. Well, that's my own boy, man. He ain't gonna rat on me.
Yeah. Shit.
And so, like, when you hear a Rob 49 saying what he's saying it because he repping his city. You know, he repping his city.
He
And
can't be.
y'all, I think y'all, they said like they feel like we ain't a part of Louisiana.
Yeah.
He said something based on that too, like because we so far.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling you. See, so it's like right now, what I'm doing, I'm keeping Shreveport in the loop judicially because we never had nobody to do what I was doing. So when I was in prison, we never had nobody from Shreveport that was reaching out, reaching back, that was going trying to talk to the DA, that was going to do things to try to get us out, to keep us connected to the rest of the state. We never had that. So now that I'm doing it, Shreveport is in the game now, and people pay attention to us a lot more now. So that's why you would see dudes from New Orleans that was cool with me would come up here and be like, man, I'm coming. Because dudes from New Orleans ain't leaving New Orleans. They don't like to leave New Orleans. Just like dudes from Shreveport ain't trying to leave from Shreveport neither. Yeah, unless you're going to Texas. But
Well, I don't do Texas though, because Texas don't like Louisiana.
yeah, but you know, that's what we'll migrate to.
Yeah.
But see, dudes from New Orleans be like, they love their city so much that they won't leave out their city. But now you'll see them coming up here because they got love for me and they want to see things better. Yeah. And so they'll come.
So did people, like when you in prison, did people have like what I would call op friends? Like
dudes that they was beefing with?
Yeah, like say y'all in a different car. You in the north car, you got people in the south car. Say y'all the north and the south ain't getting along, but do you still have friends within the south during that time?
Yep, because those are the people that can kill the foolishness. Mm-hmm. See, you got dudes like me. Mm-hmm. You had dudes like Rufus, which is Scound. Rufus White, rest in peace.
From City Grove. Yeah, rest in peace to the big homie.
Yeah, you know, like if something go down, because he'll be cool with certain people from New Orleans, I'm cool with certain people. Something to go down, nah, man, y'all kill it. And dudes from New Orleans be like, all right, bro, we ain't gonna do that. We cool. So the beef will go. You know, it's like just bringing up Fat Man. It's like one day they had a Shreveport and Baton Rouge, well, Shreveport and New Orleans thing. And you know, Fat Man ain't start with Fat Man, but Fat Man from Shreveport. So, and it be like this here a lot of times. You might not have nothing to do with it, but you better do something because you're gonna get it anyway. They know where you from. So you somebody gonna bust you in your mouth or whatever. So, but those are situations where ain't nobody trying to stop it. Let it go. You know, but most situations, when it arrives, you be like, man, we ain't gonna let this be no city on city thing. Let it be a man on man thing. Y'all get it in.
Yeah, because it end up being too much.
It be too much. You know, y'all gonna get it in, and that's gonna be over with when y'all finish.
So what would dictate that? Like, is it would the situation dictate whether y'all gonna let it be man on man, or like what or who it is? Like, what kind of dictate?
Most times it's like who you are.
Yeah, because you start fucking with their money. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause this is, you know, they running business in there
business
too.
up in there. They got
You
a
know what I'm
business.
saying?
Yeah.
I don't want it to be hot, just like on the street. Don't want to be hot. I don't want to be hot in there either.
Yep. Yeah, be like who you are. Like you got some dudes that's just, you got some tough dudes from every city. So it'd be like, if it's a dude like Y.O., he from New Orleans, a really good fighting dude. Just say if Y.O. was to get into it with somebody, it's gonna be Y.O. can handle it on his own. Y'all done got, and he gonna tell you, I don't need y'all with me, man. I got this here. And he gonna go and just say, if it's like Jonathan, Jonathan gonna be like, man, I don't need nobody. I got me. And Jonathan gonna do what he got to do. So some dudes like that. Now you got some dudes that probably ain't that rah, and but they so likable that people gonna come with him because they be like, man, I'm going out there with him. I'm going out there with him, and it'll cause something. But a lot of times people will be like, man, we're gonna let's squash that, man.
So do the peacemakers ever, like in them situations, where it is like city on city, do the peacemakers got a ride too?
No, the peacemakers, most of the time the peacemakers gonna keep the peace. They're gonna, even when it's going down, they're gonna be like, bro, I ain't getting into that. I ain't into that, man. And they'll stay neutral. And they be like, man, that wasn't about nothing, man. Y'all killing each other behind that.
Well,
They gonna still keep the
do they
peace
let
afterwards.
them stay neutral?
Well,
Cause it's always an asshole.
yeah, you'll have them where their homeboys be like, man, you sold out, and they'll have to get into it with their homeboy at that point. If it's a homeboy from New Orleans, you might have to get into it. If it's a homeboy from Shreveport, you have to just get into it with your homeboys because he's saying something. But it wouldn't be outside the lines. There wouldn't be nobody from Shreveport saying you a peacemaker.
So do you feel like homeboy on homeboy confrontations is less like volatile than when it comes from people from different areas, different regions?
Yeah. Because when it's homeboys, y'all just keeping it within yourself.
Yeah.
But when it's somebody else, y'all don't want to look bad.
Mm-hmm.
So you gonna try to kill it.
Yeah, and it's like we rep our hood, now you repping your city. And you don't want your city to look bad. You know what I'm saying? So you got to.
This shit already look bad.
You know what'd be more crazy though? If everybody drop this city and it's thousands of prisoners in there, and they all, But I ain't gonna say nothing too much. But you get what I'm saying?
And that's how we used to talk. Because it's like, that's on the state level. But on a federal level, it ain't no city. It's
States.
Louisiana.
Yeah.
Cause this is what's insane to me though. I'm just gonna keep it G. Like niggas be overly gangster on the streets and then they in jail saying yes sir and yes ma'am and shit like that, walk a straight line.
It depends.
You know
all
what I'm saying?
niggas ain't like that.
Nah,
though.
but what I'm saying
I
is
done
this.
seen niggas just keep that same energy with the judge.
Yeah, I hear you. But what I'm saying is this. You got thousands of inmates. You got maybe hundreds or so of guards.
Nah, sometimes not even 100.
Sometimes not even.
Depending on where it is.
Sometimes not even.
It really be 1 or 2 guards in the dome.
It's more of us.
People are allowing themselves to be in prison. Like
Yeah.
like
That's psychology.
Yeah, like when Kanye said
Pac-Man
was a
just
choice,
said the
like,
smartest shit ever.
it's
And
the truth.
listen, when I was in jail, right? My last time, I ain't been to jail since 2008. Knock on wood. It's been a long time since I caught a felony. Pat on the back. But now, me and my celly used to sit there and say, man, we some bitch ass niggas. Cause they niggas talking to us real motherfucking stupid. And don't you know, ain't but 3 of them in here, and it's 250 of us. And we in here letting these niggas talk to us stupid like that. He was like, we really some pussies. We bitch made ass niggas.
Think about this. Like CCC, right? Like you say, it's 2 or 3 guards in there, right?
Yeah.
They let the top tier come out to eat or something, right? Just say to eat.
It's still more.
How are you allowing
Cause guess
the
what?
system to run?
You wanna know why?
If y'all gangsters and thugs,
But
like
you know why?
saying you is.
Because they can
You
still,
see what I'm saying?
Because after you do whatever you gonna do to them, they gonna send them real gangsters in with them big ass rifles. They gonna kill all y'all. That's why they
But
allow
guess
them to do
what?
that. The
Guess what?
same thing with the slavery shit.
No,
you can say the
see
same
what
thing
I'm
with the
saying?
slavery.
And that's the mindset that allows people to stay in prison. Because I finna show
That's
you
what I'm saying.
something.
It was people that did fight back, and they died.
I finna show you. No, they didn't.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. They just took over the prison in St. Louis here recently. Yeah, and
what happened to them?
They didn't die.
But what happened to them? Did they leave?
Nah, they ain't leaving. They set that motherfucker on fire and some more shit. If they were more determined and they had more strategy, they could have got out.
And they would have went right back to jail.
Not necessary. How?
Man, boy, this is not 1985.
It don't gotta
We're in
be.
a new age.
But it's not. They will go back to jail because it's gonna be a lot of the people in there with your mind.
Eventually, the lifers and eventually the people that got life, they're gonna start putting trackers in them. Like at the while, ain't no getting away.
Well, they don't have no trackers.
I'm just saying, eventually.
You see what I'm saying? And it's been people that done escaped prison and never got caught. It's been people that done escaped prison
you talking about,
and been gone 10, 20 years.
Very
That's
few.
worth it.
That's very few.
You know what I'm saying? Like, just being
it's like
real.
hitting the lottery.
That's worth it. You got to be a free
You talking about? You talking about a
again.
billionaire like El Chapo?
No, I'm not
Somebody
talking
who got
about
resources?
no, I'm not talking about that. No, I'm not. I'm just talking about people that strategized and planned escapes. Like,
Well, y'all can listen to Pac-Man y'all want to.
Look, if you can
I'm
get
not
out,
telling
get
nobody
out.
listen.
Listen,
What I'm
let me
saying
tell you
is
something.
this.
If
What
you can get out, get
So
out.
you saying
What
you don't
I'm-
want order? You don't
No,
want
what
order.
I'm saying is this.
We need order.
What I'm saying is this.
You won't let
And
the
I'm not
inmates run
saying
the
nothing.
asylum.
I'm not saying nothing more or less. What I'm saying is this. When you have thousands of people who claim to be gangsters and thugs
Well, a lot of them
in a
niggas
prison,
They are.
right? You say they are, but they are under the right circumstances.
They still got them dogs in there.
Because in
So
jail,
they don't send them
it's,
dogs in on your ass.
it's not
I don't
enough.
think they let them do that no more. They send them dogs on
It's
your ass.
not enough of them
It's not. It's really not.
to
Pac,
keep
man.
y'all in prison. You're in prison because they took over your mind. Like
Yeah.
they have your mind to where you're allowing
By
them.
the time you get to that gate,
you only have.
It's gonna be over.
I peep this. Back in slavery, they talk so bad about the slaves. Oh, y'all let them woo. You only have so many white people with the horses out there in the fields. All y'all gotta do is rush them.
Yeah.
and you gonna
You see what I'm
you might
saying?
get away.
Somebody-
Guess what?
somebody
Eventually, you gonna die.
Fuck that though.
You
Like,
you
fuck
only
that.
gonna get so far.
You might die in jail
You gonna-
anyway.
I'm saying, you
Nine
talking about
times
the
out of
slavery
ten, if you in
part.
Angola, you got fucking close to life anyway. Who gives a fuck?
I agree with Pac-Man.
That's easy. That's easy for somebody to say that ain't in that position though.
But I agree with Pac-Man.
No, nigga. When I was in CCC,
You
I
ain't
was
didn't have- you
trying
wasn't
to
in Angola with
strategize
life,
getting
nigga.
the fuck up out of there.
You didn't have
but
life,
it wasn't
though.
worth it. Like it wasn't worth it. You know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is this: if you have a bunch, thousands of motherfuckers with damn near life sentences.
Oh well, yeah. Since you said it
You
like that,
are allowing yourself to stay there.
Yeah.
Because it's not enough of them to keep you there without you being a participant in it.
He right. Cause me and mine gonna bust up
that's
out
why
that bitch.
when certain people go to prison,
y'all can listen to
that's
them.
why
Y'all want to.
that's why when certain people go to prison, they isolate. I'm not saying do this. I'm just letting
Hey,
you know.
say, man, if y'all
That's
really
why
want to
they
get up out that
isolate certain
bitch,
people
y'all can
with
get out
certain
that
minds
bitch.
because they can't have them around other prisoners talking
Cause
like
y'all
that.
stuck now. They say ain't no more pardons. Well, ain't no more
Early releases.
parole and all this shit though.
Nah, it's 85%.
It's
Everything
been that.
85%.
Then they just put your boy up on
No, but everything is
parole
85%.
thing.
Non-violent, 85% too.
Everything,
Hey,
85%.
excuse me, Tee-Winn, I got a question. Why every nigga that come out of jail been did about 25, 30 years talk and speak so damn humble and soft? Y'all niggas act like y'all ain't real. Y'all niggas, the way they
I
talk,
don't know what.
they talk so humble and so, you know what I mean?
Fluent?
No, they don't. They not
Nah, I
aggressive.
get what these things.
You know what I'm saying? They don't.
Why you expect them to be aggressive?
It's
What?
it's a lot of them do still have that aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got.
You see
yeah,
how
got some-
calm you is? Like when I be.
This is what people don't understand. In jail, them some of the most mannered people you gonna meet. Cause when you live, you gotta be a certain way to live around a bunch of people. You gotta know how to say excuse me, pardon me. You know, don't stop nobody conversation. You gotta have manners to survive. So of course when they come out, they gonna be well mannered and soft spoken.
Cause the niggas I know do like 5 years, they come out, them niggas be on that same shit. You like, what's that, bitch? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But like the people that I done met done 20 and 30 years, it's like they soft spoken, very humble.
So you feel like niggas need 20, 30.
But the people you talking about do 20, 30 years, when they get out, they old, and people who are older are most likely like that, just from aging.
So I'm gonna need for them to stop giving niggas 5 and 10 years. I need for them to give them niggas 20, 30.
Man.
These niggas insane.
Man. I do not support his views.
This niggas insane.
I do not support his views. You on your own, my brother.
So nigga done pulled up at the stoplight. They got the cheering over there selling hot dogs and shit. He sees the op right there. He done pulled up at the stoplight.
No, that's insane. That's what we gotta stop doing too, though. Like, cause niggas gotta learn. And don't take my words out of context, even though I know like certain people will. Like, you gotta learn how to fucking kill. Like learn how to kill. Like, if you got an enemy, like if you feel like your life
go kill him, go kill your enemy. Don't go kill nobody.
So you promoting your violence?
I'm not promoting violence. I'm trying to lower the numbers.
No, I'm gonna tell you.
So if you want to kill somebody, go kill that person.
So you said they need to go to the gun.
Not necessarily the gun range. Walk up on them and shoot them in their fucking head and get the fuck on.
No, this is what I'm saying. I'm saying we gotta implement harm reduction strategies. Like,
murder.
No, I'm dead serious. Like
not the killing to murder.
Like you don't shoot up parks. You don't shoot up public places where there's a bunch of people at.
What if that's the only place they can see them at?
It's not. If they live in life, that's not the only place.
Yes, it is.
So, no, it's not. So look, if you got somebody in this world that you really feel like is that much of a threat to your life, because if they not, then you shouldn't be killing them anyway. But if you really feel like they're that much a threat to your life,
catch them
then
coming out the house
to do your homework.
Poke them with an AIDS needle.
You need to do your homework.
Burn their house up with $1 worth of diesel.
And catch them in places where,
ain't nobody.
It's gonna be them that's
just
gonna
breaking
be
his house and put bed bugs on his bed. In his
You know what I'm saying?
Shit in a paper bag, put it on their front door, set it on fire, knock on the door, and when they come to the door, they gonna stomp the bag, the fire, and they gonna stomp the
boy,
shit
that sound
with the
like
fire.
Some P Diddy shit right there, boy.
That's
You on that P Diddy
that
shit
shit.
again,
That
boy.
shit fine, ain't it? Like that's the best way to get a nigga. Like
You learned that at the swingers club.
Nah, like I ain't necessarily saying you shit in the bag. Like you can find some dog shit or something and put it in a brown paper bag and light
You
the
gonna pick
brown
the dog
paper
shit off your
bag.
hand?
And when you knock on the door, when a person come to the door and if they see a brown paper bag on fire, what they gonna do? What they gonna stomp the shit, ain't it? You get it, stomp the shit. Like fuck all that. You know what I'm saying? But for real though, look, we gotta get ready to get up out of here, man, because Nesto gotta get home to his wife so he won't sleep on the couch.
Man, you be doing it, man.
Why I did what? You the one did. Who did it? We
Man,
didn't
at least
do it.
I got somebody to go home to, nigga.
Look,
Yeah,
man.
man. Speaking of that, let me ask one more question. Like, when you did go to jail, like, far as like the people on the outside of the world, who kind of like kept in contact? Wasn't any females and things like that? That I ain't saying they was your woman or like they were just friends or whatever case may be that kept in contact. Or did you not have as many people that?
You want the men and the women, or just the women?
Yeah, both.
For as far as men, like the Young family, my boy G Young, Shitty, Had Pain, rest in peace, Grady. That whole family really kept it real with me. My partner Champ, who's doing time in the feds right now, he kept it real with me. I had Clay Wayne. All these here, my homeboys, my partner Gigi, white boy before white boy up until the time he passed, rest in peace. It was a few more homeboys. I had my first love. Me and her kept in contact throughout. We might go a couple of years without talking to each other, but we'll find a way to get back in contact with one another. And she used to come see me. And another one of my first loves, my first love, it ain't no.
Yeah, I mean, first love that boy got, ain't it?
Yeah, my first love, she used to come. And so it was another female that I used to mess with as when we was younger. She used to come see me also. From my past, that was really it. Everything else that was coming to see me was women that I met while I was Joseph.
Yeah, through the internet or something like that.
Yeah, having a phone, going through the internet, them different like sites.
Okay. And I'm gonna ask you one more question before we get up out of here. This might be more tougher though, more on tougher end. When it comes to the person that was unalive that day, what would you have to say to like him if you were able to talk to him through like a realm or something like that, or like what would you have to say?
I would say, man, you know, it was no malice in my heart. You know, I apologize that you just, you lost your life that day because you didn't have anything to do with the situation. You was just out partying and having a good time, and you lost your life because you was just trying to have a good time. And I would say that, man, I really wish that I could take those seconds back, so that you wouldn't have to leave Earth the way that you left Earth.
Word. See, here on That Ain't My Business, but let's talk about it. Baby, you know what I'm saying? You know, we real people. We do real things, you hear me? Like this some real shit. You feel me? And this is a good Sprite, you feel me? And we got Tee-Winn on here, man, you know. To all the young people in the world, you have to learn good people skills, man. And we got good people skills over here, baby. You feel me? Shout out to the world.
Man, the moral of the story.
Shout out to Tee-Winn.
The moral of the story, don't do crime and your ass won't go to jail.
Let me tell you something, because Pac-Man gonna bust your ass.
Nah, what you
No
mean,
homo.
Pac-Man gonna bust like that?
Man, not like that.
I'm not gonna bust nobody's ass in no type of way, shape, or form.
What?
What this man talking
That's that
about?
Diddy shit again.
Hey, man.
Yeah, in no way, shape, or form, figuratively nor literally, is Pac-Man busting anybody's ass. So, like you say, man, that ain't my business, but let's talk about it. I'm Pac-Man, the hood's voice box.
You know I say that ain't in my end. Look, I want to appreciate y'all.
Motion City.
I want to appreciate y'all. See what I'm saying? I'm going to appreciate y'all for tuning in. That ain't my business, but let's talk about it. Y'all know who it is, man. I'm the myth, the legend, the voice of this
Motion City.
great ratchet city of Louisiana. And I want to thank you, Tee-Winn, for joining us, man, and educating us on, you know what I'm saying, the penal system.
I'm starting to think you something slick.
But you finna say something else with it.
Something slick with you, cuz.
I'm finna say the penal code. You know,
You was
got-
gonna say the penis system.
I was finna say the penal code, my nigga, but you know what I'm saying, appreciate you.
You
for
did a
choosing.
jokes before?
None of your business.
See, you weren't know what happened in prison, stay in prison.
See, listen. unlike these young niggas who growing up in this technology world shit, I understand that you don't need to let people know everything you do. You don't put everything
Okay,
you
you
do
just answered
on
my
social
question.
media. You feel me? You
So
don't
the
put your
mama
whole
just
life
answered my
out there.
question.
That man say you want the mama bears knowing that.
Listen, you don't put your whole life out there, you know what I'm saying? If the mama bears want to know what type of time I done, or if they want to know,
they gonna find out.
If they want to know if an old white bitch named Betty done jokes me, you gonna have to come holler at me. And then if you'll know if an old white bitch named Betty jokes me, you feel me? Yeah, I fucked that old white hoe. Yeah, and her daughter.
Yeah, but make sure y'all like, share, subscribe. I'm Nesto.
We ain't gonna never get no sponsor talking about fucking white people and all that type of shit. We ain't gonna never get it. We trying to get to the next level.
Hold on, but you Motion City. Motion City gonna get you there. Ain't that motherfucking way.
Yeah, but shit.
Appreciate y'all for tuning
they
in.
Cancel the fuck out of us playing them games.
No, don't nothing get in the way of the
Not
motion.
emotion. Yeah, you right.
And we out.
This ain't my business, but I just know about it.